I think there are some similarities. We like to keep the points short with our aggressive game style. We like to use our serve to our advantage, and I think we fight really, really hard. But at the same time, I want to make a name for myself. I know I have a different game style than many players on the tour right now, and it's been really, it's been working really, really well. It's been working to my advantage, so I just want to keep improving it.
Bianca, just curious, how did you visualize tonight going as you were at your visualization practice and stuff like that? What did you see in your mind's eye, you know, when you sat to think about what tonight might look like for you?
This wasn't the only time I visualized playing in the finals, actually against Serena Williams. It's so crazy, man. I've been dreaming of this moment for the longest time. Like I said, after I won the Orange Bowl a couple months after, I really believed that I could be at this stage, and since then, honestly, I've been visualizing it almost every single day. So for it to become a reality is just so crazy. I guess these visualizations really, really work.
Take a moment for a second.
Oh, I'm good. Continue. I'm doing doping, so I don't want to get out of here during the press.
When you took the 6-5 lead there in the second and you were sitting in your chair, it looked like your eyes were closed. What was sort of going through your mind at that point?
I told myself to put the goddamn ball inside the court and just breathe as much as I could, because she was serving, first of all. I wanted to win the first point to show her that I am in it to win it. Did I win that first point? I don't even know.
So.
Okay, good. But yeah, the game plan right from the start of the match was to make her play and to just make her work for every ball. And I'm just really happy with how I executed, because I think that's what I did the whole entire match.
Congratulations, Bianca. You've talked about wanting to inspire young people across Canada. Canadians are going crazy right now over this win. You've made history. A where were you when moment in Canada. What does that mean to you?
I've said this many, many times before, and I'm going to say it again. It's been a goal of mine to inspire many people, especially Canadian athletes. I think that this win will hopefully do that. Not only this win, but just what I've accomplished this past year. Because so many Canadian athletes have paved the way for me when I was young, and hopefully I can be that person to them.
You sound very self-assured, you play a very confident brand of tennis. Is that something that's always been the case for you? Is it something you had to learn over time, and if so, how did you?
No, I don't think I was ever as composed as I am now, or even a year ago. I would get really down on myself, and I would get very negative thoughts going through my mind. I'd smash rackets. I'd just yell at myself during matches. Actually, not even during matches, even during practice too. But I found that that way wasn't working to my advantage at all. And so I started seeing, I'll say I started seeking some advice from other people, and ever since then I've been trying to have a very positive outlook on everything, and I think that's really been helping me, even in tough situations.
Bill?
So at Indian Wells, you spoke about how every day you get up and do this extraordinary process of just, before anything, just thinking, meditating. Did you do that today? And secondly, generally, do you find, can you just go a little deeper? Do you find it gives you a sense of calm? Is it empowering? How does that work?
Yeah, I did that this morning. I've been doing that this whole tournament, and I put myself in situations where I think can happen in a match, basically, and I just find ways to deal with that, so I'm prepared for anything that comes my way, because I think your biggest weapon is to be as prepared as you can. So I really think that just working your mind, because at this level, everyone knows how to play tennis. I think the thing that separates the best from the rest is just the mindset.
Young lady doing the best.
Bianca.
Hi.
So, I know that you've dealt with a lot of injury, and so I just want to know what advice you would give to players, juniors, and pros that are dealing with injury and illness. Like, how do they stay focused and just motivated each day that they can make it?
It's definitely a process of life. You're never gonna have ups all the time. So I think in those moments, you just have to deal with it the best that you can, which is to just keep fighting for your dreams and just stay as persistent and just persevere as much as you can. I know in those moments you feel like you can't, but if you believe that there are good times ahead, then those tough moments are definitely worth it, because I think it builds you as a character. And I think everyone should go through it because it just makes you stronger.
Yeah, you can tell how good you want to be. Just wondering how famous do you want to be? Do you want to do this all the time? Are you going to like that life? Are you going to have to? Are you okay with the idea of being recognized all over the place and all that stuff? Was that all part of the dream, I guess?
I guess it is, yeah. I never really thought about being famous. My goals have been to just win as many Grand Slams as possible, become #1 in the world, but the idea of fame never really crossed my mind. I'm not complaining though. It's been a crazy ride this year, and I can definitely get used to this feeling.
Bianca, you and your team made an interesting tactical decision tonight. You were playing against the best server, maybe in the history of women's tennis, and you chose to recede. What was
I always
behind
do
this?
that.
You always do
Always
that.
do that. I just kept the same routines.
What will you back?
You showed,
I don't lie. I just, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Sorry.
throughout the tournament and then especially today, you showed incredible moxie, guts, courage, fighting spirit. I'm wondering, when you were a young player and you were starting out in the game, how much you looked at Serena, because she, a young Serena, those are all her trademarks as well. How much you looked at up to her and at her for those attributes and saw that you could be that kind of player?
I'm sure I'm not the only person that's looked up to her. She's an inspiration to many, many people, not only athletes, but what she's done off the court too. She's truly a champion, and above all, she's very kind-hearted. She came up to me in the locker room. She said some really nice things, which I'll cherish for a really, really long time. But yeah, really strive to be like her, and who knows, maybe I can be even better.
More questions. Bianca, you said that you've been writing yourself that chest since you were in Orange Bowl. Curious, like now that you have the real thing, what are you gonna do with that?
Don't ask me that because I have no clue. I've never held that much money in my life. But yeah, like I said, I guess those visualizations are really working for me. It's just crazy. Like I have the biggest smile on my face, and it's just that willingness of never giving up for me, because like I've said, I've been through a lot in my short career, not only with injury but with relationships and just like off-court stuff. So I'm just really, really glad that I never gave up on my dreams.
Congratulations. You mentioned the number of Canadian athletes who helped pave the way to the point where you are now. Any specific Canadian athletes or Olympic teams or teams who played on Canadian pro sports teams that were really inspirational as you were growing up, being an athlete?
Bassett, for sure, was very inspirational. Steve Nash, I could name so many. But it's really nice for people to have that inspiration at a really young age. So when I step on the court, I just really try to show my best character and just to have that good example for other players, because like I've said many times, if I can do it, if Serena can do it, if Roger can do it, if Steve Nash can do it, then anyone can do it.
Last question, and please stay in your seats at the conclusion, because we have more to the press conference. We have an additional ceremony, okay?
Being daughter of two Romanians, was it more difficult in Canada? Did they have something, was it any problem? And
What was the first part? Sorry.
Your parents are Romanian.
Yeah, okay.
Was it more difficult to grow in a country with parents who are another immigrants, I guess?
Oh, definitely not.
Toughest moment for you?
In my career?
Yeah, in your life.
No, Canada is such an amazing country. It's so multicultural, so I had no trouble growing up having Romanian parents whatsoever. That's why I love my country so much. And Tennis Canada as well. I can't thank them enough for everything they've done. I've been with them ever since I was 10 years old, and the program they have in place and had in place as well has been doing really well, not only for me but for many other Canadian athletes. So without their help, I definitely wouldn't be here.